Hey guys, Smart Finance here, and today we are going to be discussing the brand new X1 credit card. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribing if you haven't already to get more content like this in the future. The X1 card has not come out yet, but has been announced. Since the card is not yet available, it does have a waitlist that you can put your name on. The card has promised a lot of perks that seem very interesting. More on that soon. So what makes this card so interesting, and why are so many people talking about it? Well, it's a no annual fee metal credit card that's offering a lot of very useful features. A non-traditional credit check for approval, as well as up to 4 times back on all spending under some specific conditions. This card is being developed by the same group that runs Thrive Cash, a company that offers personal loans to college students. This card has a lot of very reputable people behind it that have been involved with a number of tech companies. This card is not being set up in the same way as most traditional credit cards, but instead more run as a tech company. The most interesting thing about this card appears to be the fact that they will be offering credit without traditional credit checks that take into account an individual's credit history, but instead look at the current situation of the individual, such as current income, as well as the future earning potential for someone. Another interesting thing is that X1 claims that you will receive credit limits 5 times what you would receive from another card. One of the advantages of this is that in most cases people will not make use of this large credit limit, which will in turn allow them to use the credit card for normal spending, while making use of a small portion of their credit and causing their credit score to increase due to their low credit utilization. This is quite interesting, as on one hand they are discounting the credit score of someone in terms of getting the card, but one advantage of having the card is the lack of credit utilization you will have, and thus the better your credit score will be. This seems like a good system in that it allows people who want to get value from their spending to use a credit card as opposed to cash or debit, the ability to do so without harming their future credit possibilities for getting something like a higher tier credit card or a better rate on a mortgage or loan. As for rewards, which at the end of the day are the determining factor as to whether you're keeping a card to build your credit profile and spending little to nothing on it, or if you're keeping the card and using it for a large portion of your spend. They are as follows: 2x points on all purchases, 3x points if you spend over $15,000 in a year, and this 3x will extend to purchases made before you got to the $15,000 number, as well as all purchases afterwards. And then 4x points on all purchases the month after you refer someone to the card and they are approved. This is very interesting, as these points are worth a cent each. There is of course a catch, as we always see with this sort of value, and that is that these points are not actually cash back that can be applied to your statement. They are only valid at select retailers, and thus you'd have to take this with a grain of salt. The retailers X1 are partnered with do appear to be pretty competitive, as we see companies like Apple, Nike, Delta, and Airbnb, which are places that younger people, who are assumed to be the target market of the card, spend money. So this is not a throwaway, as some of these will be very good value. However, X1 is at the end of the day looking to make money, and we can see that here, as 4x points that is essentially 4% cash back is not necessarily profitable for a credit card issuer, as transaction fees tend to be lower than this. So, X1 are making their money from deals with these brands you can use their points with. An example of how this will affect a credit card user looking to redeem their points for a product could begin if you are looking to buy a brand new MacBook Air and you've earned $200 of cash back on your X1 card, and you think it would be good to go to Apple to get $200 off a new MacBook Air that costs $999. But if we do a bit of research, we realize you can buy the exact same MacBook Air with the exact same warranty from Best Buy for $899.99. So, while you may be saving $200 from Apple, you are buying it from a retailer with a less competitive price, and your 4x points earned isn't allowing you to really get the great value from them, as really you're only getting $100 off a laptop at the end of the day. This essentially turns what was something like 4x points back into 2x points, and if you are earning something like 2x points back as the majority of people using the card will be, you will have gotten a value of 1x back in this specific situation, essentially getting less than half what you could be getting in terms of value compared to a lot of other cards that may require a credit check but are not too hard to get at all, such as the Citi Double Cash card that offers 2% cash back on all purchases that can be redeemed for cash, which has very good odds of approval with a lower credit score, as well as a limited credit history. So what this means is while you can be getting good value from a 4x back points earned, making sure you're able to truly get value from this while redeeming is important as well, as very often when you buy something directly from the brand you will not see the most competitive price. This is not to say that the card will not allow you to get good value, as that's not true. Apple does offer competitive pricing on some products, as well as all of the other partner brands. But making sure you're getting the best value you can is important in order to truly get the benefit from the card, as this cannot be forgotten when discussing the card's great benefits. The card also offers a number of useful features that some people may find very useful. namely the ability to create auto-expiring virtual card numbers so you can sign up for a free trial or some sort of subscription, purchase with a valid card number, but by the time they get around to charging you for the next month, the virtual card has expired and you do not have to worry about being charged. You can also cancel subscriptions from within the card, simplifying the process of managing your monthly subscriptions. They are also offering a number of smart features that allow customers to get a stronger hold of their money. The card also offers decent interest rates in terms of credit cards, at 12.9% to 19.9% APR depending on something. Assuming not to be your credit score, as that's not a factor in determining eligibility, most likely your income, but we'll have to wait and see. The card also offers a 2% balance transfer fee, which is decent as many other cards offer a 3% fee. The card is not currently offering any sort of intro bonus, however, this could change depending on interest and what the landscape of the market looks like at the actual launch of the card. While the means by which they are deciding on the eligibility of the card does seem very interesting, and I hope to see something like this roll out, as in some ways the traditional means of credit acquisition seem to be a bit outdated, I'm not sure if the reward structure of the card will be that great for anyone that is willing to carry a few different cards in their wallet and is willing to take a few months to build up a strong credit profile. I see this card as something that could be great for someone that's interested in having only one credit card, has reasonably high spend, $15,000 plus a year, and is able to get good value from the rewards partners. However, on the other hand, someone who's willing to have 3 cards in their wallet and has similar spend could very easily be getting better value purely in terms of cashback that could be used at any retailer or even transferred out to their bank account. I do think the simplicity of a solid single card setup will appeal to a lot of people, and who can say no to a no annual fee metal credit card? I am on the waiting list and do not see any major downsides for being a card holder if it turns out to be released with its current offering. If you guys think you could get good value out of this card, make sure to let me know. I think in some cases this card would be a game changer, but in many cases I see how people could be leaving a lot of rewards for travel or cash back on the table by using this card when others would suit much better. But in some cases the cash back and rewards earned is not the hallmark of this card. That would be the other features. If you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more like this in the future on credit cards as well as other personal finance topics, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see.